Everyone, hi. Bruce Mufson, LCSW, SUNRIDGE, Nevada, coming at you with another clinical breakdown. As before, we're going through Mac's album that was recently found, and this is Balloonerism. This is track 7, and it's Stoned. Obviously, the fact that he's saying stoned kind of gives it away what he's going to be talking about. And I've noticed with the last several songs that I've done, and in general, as he was getting closer and closer towards an unfortunate suicide, you're seeing a lot of his behavior, a lot of his thinking coming out in his music, which makes it all the more painful in a sense to break it down and go over it. As always, I'm going to go over the parts that I find the most clinically relevant. And as always, before I begin, just announcing, we have a plan. $75 a month. Please join our subscription service. If all of you that have listened to me over the years enjoy what I do, the clinical breakdowns, you get a chance to hear me once a week, at least for an hour and change, and get an understanding of your mental health questions and issues that you'd like to get answered. We are a bargain compared to what's going out there in the insurance industry, and you know what you're going to get with me from the hundreds of breakdowns that you've heard me do. All right, with that, let's get started. The song again, of course, is Stone. It's from the album. And in the intro, it goes, yeah, breaks down the pain. I don't want to feel it all. I want to stay high. Breaks down the pain that I'm feeling. And I realize, again, I want to clarify this if I haven't said this before. And I know I've said this before with Mac Miller and other artists as well. I was not their therapist. I was not their clinicians. I don't want to say, like, I know what they're thinking. But all I am saying, though, if I would hear these kinds of comments in a session, I would be concerned listening to the music that's being put out. You know, breaks down the pain. What kind of pain you in? You have a broken arm, broken shoulder? No, I'm emotional pain. That would be a concern to me. And he's kind of saying this out loud and being very honest on how he's feeling. Okay, so here we go. In the pre-chorus, it goes, I wish you would learn to laugh. Isolation. She's locking the bathroom door. Because he's talking again to her about, hey, I want this person to be in my life, to be in my kind of thinking in my relationship. And going a little back, just a little bit, the paragraph before, it goes, awake through the night, then she high from the morning. Wake through the night, high in the morning, goes back to those vampire hours. Anytime someone's telling you this is how their sleep regime looks like, up all night, sleep during the day, problems. I call those the vampire hours, and that's dangerous. And then when he goes a little further, going back down again, I wish you would learn to laugh. Isolation. She locked in the bathroom door. Yeah, I need to get away. I need to get away from this life. That's why you're in the bathroom. You know, it's interesting. I've had people say to me when they ever first came out of addiction, where they finally realized how low they hit, they were in some crappy hotel room or some dump, whatever it is. The first thing they want to do is get, they say, I want to get a tube of toothpaste and a toothbrush. And I want to brush my mouth like 5 times in a row. My teeth feel so grody and gross from all the crap I've put on them, and I haven't been brushing my teeth. They look in that mouth and they see their smile and they're like horrified. And it's hideous looking. I hear this all the time from people. I went out, I got a tube of toothpaste, and I got a toothbrush, and I just brushed my teeth till they felt actually clean. Interesting how people look at things like that. Then in the chorus, it goes, I swear to God, heaven feels just like home. Yeah, it's the show again. If I do drugs, I'm in heaven. I swear to God, heaven feels just like home. Let's go home. A way to escape. Hey, escape with me. Because no one wants to be alone. You see, this is the reference that I'm picking up over and over again. He's like saying to people, probably people he barely knows in a sense, be with me. We'll do drugs together. We'll go home. We'll be home. Home, family, a house. You walk in, it's familiar. The furniture looks the same. You notice all these references to what people are trying for and what he's trying to say in this song. Verse 2, can't run from your shadow, can't hide from yourself. She hates that she cries when she's all by herself. You hear this over and over again in the song. We all think that we can, but in the end, we can't. We can run, looking over your shoulder metaphorically. but it's going to catch up with you no matter how fast you think you are. She hates that she cries when she's all by herself. And in the end, we wind up by ourselves because there's no one with us. You wake up and like, where's the girls? Where's the drugs? Where's the money? Where's the alcohol? Where's all my quote, quote friends? You're by yourself. They never were your friends. If they were your friends, they wouldn't let you be in that kind of predicament. Wouldn't let you be in that predicament. So you see how he's telling this over and over again. And it's really relevant to understand the lyrics and what he's trying to say. You see Mac trying to bring her into this world, this unknown woman. Hey, be with me, be with me. I swear to God, heaven feels just like home. Yeah, let's go home. Let's go home. I want to create some fantasy in my mind of what home should be like. Yeah, we'll be stoned, we'll be high, we'll be disoriented, but at least it's something. Everyone wants to belong to something. And all the counseling I've done over the years, I've counseled thousands of people. There's a sense of wanting to belong. I want to be part of something. What makes gangs so popular, if you think about it, is the concept of we're going to give you the home life you never had before. I'm your father. I'm your OG. I've said that anyone I ever dealt with that was a legitimate gangbanger, I'm always like, what's the appeal? What got you into it at such an early age? Bruce, it gave me the fantasy of being part of a family. Perfect. And I understand that better now as I've gotten older. The gang sign, the baseball cap, the back handkerchief, the various signals, the tattoos, the shirt, the jacket, the patch, the colors. It makes you part of something that you don't feel part of, that you don't have in your life. Everything stems back to me from fatherhood. The more of an impact you provide as a father, the less likely your kids are going to grow up dysfunctional, be confused about who they are, and what they want to be. Mac is telling us, hey, I'm not happy with my life. I'm not happy with how I view myself and how I see things. For him, art and life were really kind of blurred. It wasn't like two separate things. He was feeling this way. And this is why he talks so openly about the drug usage and the need to belong to something and to have some kind of relationship, because from the way he's talking, he clearly felt alone. And I think the brilliance of him was that he impacted people by letting them realize, I'm not that much different than you. Yeah, I could fill out a 20,000 seat arena. Yes, I'm on magazines. I'm on podcasts. I'm on the internet. I'm an influencer. But he was unhappy. He didn't like who he was turning into. That's why he was constantly afraid of, I got to find someone. I got to have that fantasy that someone's in my life, that I have a semblance of home. And he was struggling with that. And that's something that we all struggle with all of our lives. I see that so often. I have to look like her. Teenagers, what's the biggest thing I get from girls? I rate myself. I don't have a bikini body. I'm not blonde haired. What do guys tell me? Well, I don't have a six pack. I'm not playing 2 varsity sports in high school, and my parents aren't rich. L, loser. So I got to take the drugs. I got to take the alcohol. I got to do stupid stuff because I don't feel like I fit in. I'm not happy. That's why the internet's so powerful, because at any given time you can go on and feel lousy about yourself. Not good about yourself, but feel lousy. And that just increases your anxiety and your sense of hopelessness that I don't fit in. So let me get drugged. Let me do vaping. Let me drink. Let me isolate. Let me avoid school relationships. Let me avoid challenging myself, because what's the point? I'm never going to get anywhere. I'm going to be a loser. So let me stay in the toilet bowl of life and never try and move forward and have a relationship, have an idea of who I am, what I want to be. The number 2 thing that we get, the first is like people are talking about what it's like to grow up without a father. That's number 1. But number 2 is always about, what am I going to do with my life? What do I do with my life? What do I do with my life? I have no clue. Please, somebody give me a clue. I know what I'm listening to on the internet is making me worse, but I don't know how to get better. That's why we're saying tune in, listen to me 1 hour a week, at least an hour a week. I go long anyway. and get your questions answered. So you don't have to have a life where it's dysfunctional as normal. SUNRIDGE, Nevada, $75 a month. This is Bruce Mufson, LCSW, with another breakdown. SUNRIDGE, Nevada. Thank you.